A to B, cuts in the front. V, support!
Michigan scored!
Time snuck away from the Reapers. Pass the Dazzle! Off the post!
Attack has Doug dancing behind him. Doug's head whipping back and forth and doesn't.
Looking for a shot here. Wheels fires and scores!
Oh! My
Series
goodness!
over. Good night, Anaheim.
Finding that spot, he's gonna be rewarded with another chance. Off the stick, how did Katie save that?
Saw with another pass across Titan with a shot on the net and he scores!
For the smudge. Now it's a breakaway pass. Buzz flip it. Look out, he's got an open net. Oh no! Buzz flip it. Come out now. Nice little play by Spaceballs. Nice. Here comes Spaceballs. He walks in with Savo. Pass over to Savo. Score!
Awkward play. Big hit by Log. Holy!
Shot one wide. Deflected by Echo. Glenn jumping on the goal. Now Paco in front. He scores!
Hello and welcome to the PHL on the Puck Hockey League Twitch network. I'm Jack with B-Grip, bringing you this first ever D3 Season 2 playoff series. What should we expect from these two teams, B-Grip?
I'm super excited to see these teams. A lot of players I've had the chance to play either in Pugs or in D2 last season. A lot of faces that we know. You know, we got G Dillon, we got Beastly Italian, we got Rogue, we got I already said G Dillon. Yo Dead Guy as well for the Port Stanley Stachios. On the other side, we got Guap, Nacho, Blueski, Creeper Donut, Elite. I also forgot to mention Keese for the Port Stanley Stachios. A lot of subs on standby. I'm excited to see if these teams are going to swap on players, you know, after periods, or they're going to make roster changes. I, for myself, have to talk about Rogue here because he just came out of D1 playoffs, and now he's in D3 playoffs. I'm expecting a lot out of this guy in the net. What do you think?
Absolutely, and as you know, I am on the team with him in D2, so I can't say too much about it without giving away a bit of our game plan, but he is such a great person to have in the locker room, and a great guy to be one of the leaders of this team as the Stachios look to stand tall in front of him and overcome this massive mountain that is the Port Stanley Stachios, or rather the Gatos.
Yeah, I believe, if I'm correct, the Stachios did finish the regular season in the last position. I think this is going to be a bit of an underdog story for the Stachios, which I always root for. I'm not going to lie. I always like to see the underdog story come true. Let's see if they have the talent to back that up, though.
Absolutely, and you know, as one of the best goaltenders in the league and kind of in the world, Rogue is definitely looking to make an impact right out of the gate here for the Stachios. And I just wanted to say something to note for this playoff matchup is in the third division of the PHL, you are not required to swap your lineup if your subs show up when you reach the playoffs. So we could see just the starting lineup out this entire length of this game, which could be something that was hurting the Port Stanley Stachios early in the season. Perhaps the lack of depth contributed to their underwhelming performance.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if a full standing roster is what's going to make a difference here.
As both teams look ready to go, we will be underway shortly.
All right, let's get it started.
Puck drop, and the Gatos win the draw. It's Elite, known as Radiohead Lover, formerly. And the Port Stanley Stachios looking to make an impact right out of the gate. It's Beastly Italian from the right circle. Fires wide. Creeper Donut taking it for the Gatos. Captained by Log, who is not on the ice to start this game. It's Radiohead Lover coming in, taking a shot wide as it rolled off the toe of his stick. Guap sends it back down low as Rogue gets a piece of that, his first touch of the night. Guap now firing it across, nobody backdoor for him. And Elite, we'll just call him Radiohead Lover for the sake of conciseness. Keys now taking it into the zone. And he's stripped by Radiohead Lover, who fires it up the right side to nobody, right through the Stachio's defense. And Beastly Italian, the brother of Yo Dead Guy, tries to find him. But the pass could not connect as a shot is fired off the side of the cage by Radiohead Lover. As he tries to send it backdoor to Creeper Donut. Stepping in with a shot is Guap as it's rang off the side of the net again. Blueski backtracking, looking to get this puck up the wall to Guap. It's over his stick, and Dead Guy gets a piece, sends it ahead to G. Dillon, but just high. And Blueski will get this puck around for Guap. Takes his time, sends it back to Blueski. Overskates the puck. Beastly Italian dive bomb, sends it deep. Keys will be there first. Keys, miscommunication with Beastly Italian, and he gets the puck and sends it back in the cage for G. Dillon. Off the right wall to Dead Guy, but Radiohead Lover will get there first. Sends it ahead to Guap with a beautiful feed. Guap overskates it, leaves it for Radiohead Lover, who tries to cut in with a shot, but Beastly Italian stood his ground. And this puck sent to the left side of the ice for G. Dillon as he cuts in past Blueski, but Blueski gets a piece of the puck on that cut across and is able to break it up. G. Dillon gets the puck back, tries to tap it in front, but it's intercepted by Creeper Donut, who flicks it ahead to Blueski. Blueski takes his time, takes his space, and turns it over to G. Dillon. G. Dillon skating the puck into the zone, taking a long shot, stick aside by Not Joe, who gets the nod in game one for the Gatos. Dead Guy flips it ahead to G. Dillon, who's going to take this back behind the goal line and send it left wall to Keys. Keys surveying his options, hardly pressured, and Guap comes in as Keys sends it around the wall. Radiohead Lover will be there first. And some great positional awareness from Radiohead Lover to start this game, getting in those passing lanes and breaking up anything they try to send around the wall there.
Yeah, that's going to be a key element here. The defense of both of these teams are going to have to manage to find a way to get the puck out if they want good chances to score. It's going to be dangerous on turnovers, just like this one off the defense of the Stachios. They need to get a system, and they need to get it working fast.
Beastly Italian picks up the puck, skates it to center. Has Keys on his right. He takes the long shot high and wide. Keys tries to center it, and it squirts back out to center. Beastly Italian on his backhand. Fires it up the wall to G. Dillon, who receives it beautifully, but Creeper Donut dive bombs him and gets a stick on it, leading to Radiohead Lover taking the puck this way. Takes a backhander high of the net, but Rogue got a piece of it anyway. Puck sent in front. Rogue able to get a backhander on it and send it up the length of the ice. Not Joe fanned on it. G. Dillon has a wide open cage if he can cut in front. Fire, scores!
Yep, and I mean, whatever the division you're in, these types of goals, a crucial mistake like that from a goaltender is going to be costly. And you see, I think that's the number 75 of Keys going down the ice, another option for Dillon. There were two options for him to score. He's going to show that he can be a solid pillar here for the Stachios opening game one.
Stachio's last place team on the board first against, I believe it was the fourth place team, is how the standings rounded out to end this season for the the prospect division of the Puck Hockey League. Blueski now behind his own net. And it's sent to the side of the cage. Dead Guy takes care of that. Keys now. Dead Guy up the wall and cleared. Guap holds it in, sends it back in, and Radiohead Lover is going to lose this race to Dead Guy, who sends it all the way the length of the ice. And that should do it for the first period, as the Stachios take a 1-0 lead in the locker room.
I think they're going to be excited to get out into the locker room with this lead. Honestly, they didn't look too dangerous on their offense. They might be the type of team that just capitalizes on mistakes. And you know, this is going to be a series where a lot of mistakes are going to happen for both sides. The crucial points, in my opinion, are going to be when the puck is in the team zone. How do they get it out? And if they can get it out properly and without turnovers. These turnovers off of bad defensive plays are going to be crucial for both of these teams.
Absolutely. Both teams have had opportunities where they're just hemmed in their defensive zone and can't really escape because they just keep giving the puck up. As Creeper Donut tries to send it in front, Rogue gets it back in the cage. Radiohead Lover back behind the cage, has options in front, sends it in front, and Rogue got a stick on that. Keys back behind the net, look out. As the Stachios go unpunished, and Keys sends it up the wall to the other team. Blueski now. Radiohead Lover for the Gatos, and he's stripped, and it's sent down the length of the ice. Not Joe coming out to play it, showing no fear after that costly mistake in the first period. Gets it over to Guap, and Guap tries to find Creeper Donut at the wall, but Dead Guy will get there first. Tries to send it across, and basically Italian should get there. He sends it deep. Just eluding the stick of Keys was the puck, but he's able to stick lift Creeper Donut and send it in front. Dead Guy wide. Length of the ice, Creeper Donut now. From the left point, takes a long backhander wide of Rogue. Dead Guy chips it up the wall to himself, loses it to Blueski, who tries to drop it in front to Creeper Donut, but it's intercepted and cleared. And I've noticed both of these teams have been very have been taking the opportunity to just clear the puck rather than escape the space that they've been given. And I think that may come back to haunt one of these teams, as there are some real opportunities that they're not taking just by dumping the puck.
I definitely agree, and that's one of those situations where, I mean, getting the puck out of the defensive zone, if you're not confident in it and it results in a turnover, it can easily result in a goal for the opposing team. So you want to make sure you can get into space properly, and if you can, I mean, I don't hate a dump here, especially if, you know, for the Stachios, they're up by 1. If they're not sure about it, they might as well dump it.
Beastly Italian circling back in the zone, stick lifted by Radiohead Lover, and it's a 2-on-1, stopped by Dead Guy. Creeper Donut taking the puck for the Gatos. Turns it over to G. Dillon, the captain of the Stachios, working behind the net, tries to send it in front to Keys. It eludes his stick and the stick of Beastly Italian. Dead Guy will backtrack, send it back in. Creeper Donut, oh, look out, turns it over to Dillon. G. Dillon with Keys in front. G. Dillon over the net high. Beastly Italian on the rebound, sending it wide. Yeah, as the pressure comes to an end for these Stachios up by 1. Keys looking to keep it going. Not Joe will come out to play this and send it up the wall. Oh, what a play by Radiohead Lover, chipping it to himself off the bounce. Puck stick by Dillon, but it comes to Blueski. Back to Radiohead Lover in front, but the pass was intercepted by the goaltender Rogue. Look out! Turnover, and Blueski had a wide open net and rang it off the side of the cage.
Incredibly scary here for the Stachios as Rogue, I don't know if we could see that properly on the stream, but he tried to hit the puck that was outside of the crease, and he hit the goalpost, sending him back away from holding that post, which gave a shot to Blueski. Sadly, couldn't put it in.
Radiohead Lover around Beastly Italian, takes a long shot wide. Stick lifts Radiohead, and stick lifts Dead Guy, and Radiohead Lover tried to wrap around, stopped by Rogue. Right wall, Keys now. Sends it the length of the ice to G. Dillon, intercepted by Blueski. Guap now. Chips it across, taken by Dead Guy, and sent ahead to G. Dillon. G. Dillon gets it to Dead Guy, who fires a shot high as it hits a stick in traffic. Keys, soon to be St. Louis Eagle of the Winter Division, or rather the Winter Tournament. Please get your sign-ups in the announcements tab of the Puck Hockey League Discord server. We are looking for more players and more captains to fill out those teams. As Keys sends it back to the line, and it eludes the stick of Beastly Italian, who sends it back in deep. This is Blueski for the Gatos, chipping it off the wall to himself. Has options up the ice, but he'll skate it. Takes it to center. Still has the puck. Tries to fire a shot. Blocked at the barrel by Keys. Radiohead Lover now, who has been all over this puck for these first 2 periods as the time winds down.
Well,
How
we
did that-
really could see in my opinion, the Stachios find their groove in the second period. I think we saw a lot more control of the puck in the O-zone, a lot more attempts on shots on net, and for the side of the Gatos, I think a lot more, tries on those breakthroughs, a lot more attempts, but I wouldn't say quality chances, which I think is what they have to be working on now. I think the Stachios just have to keep playing their game, and something's gonna go in. And if the Gatos want to change the outcome of this game, they're gonna have to do something fast.
Absolutely, as they're trying to mount more pressure here. But to no avail, and G. Dillon will take this puck back. The captain of the Port Stanley Stachios, and the Stachios are a veteran team. You know, you got the likes of Beastly Italian and Dead Guy and G. Dillon, 3 players over the age of 30. As Radiohead Lover cuts to the slot, a young gun fires the shot to counter the aged core of the Stachios.
Yeah, it's like a good wine. It might get better with age. We don't know. It depends. I'll change my mind depending on the outcome of the game.
I'll say it has been giving them poise. They have been fearless under pressure in this game so far. And that's something that the Gatos will have to overcome. It seems that they've been a little bit nervous about this matchup, getting into the playoffs for the first time, and excited to make an impact right away as one of the top seeded teams. But you gotta rewire your brain for this kind of matchup where, you know, you should have an easy win against a lower seed team, but that's never going to be the case if you think about it that way. As the puck sent back door, Creeper Donut tried to bat it in, but Rogue countered his stick, and the puck squirts out to the corner. Blueski. As he's met by G. Dillon, and Guap will take this puck. It's sent to the wall. Creeper Donut now. Flipped ahead. Guap will recollect in his own zone. Chips it up the wall to Blueski. Blueski tries a one-touch to Guap, but G. Dillon intercepts it. Reads it beautifully and sends it up the wall. Through the sticks of Blueski. That guy has a break. That guy! Stop by, not Joe! As it's turned over the other way, Radiohead Lover fires! Stopped by Rogue. Guap collects the rebound. Comes back out to Radiohead Lover. Gets it in front. Guap tries a shot that rolled off the toe of his stick and it went wide of the cage. Two minutes left in the first period. It's the Stachios with a 1-0 lead. As G. Dillon forechecking Creeper Donut gets the puck back, but Creeper Donut wins it again. Tries to send it forward. Keys gets a stick on it and sends it back in the cage. Radiohead Lover will be there first. Or he slows down and G. Dillon gets the first touch, but Radiohead Lover ends up with the puck regardless. Skating it into the offensive zone, circling back, and firing it wide of the cage. Guap now, right wall, as he's checked by G. Dillon, and it's sent the length of the ice again. The Port Stanley Stachios are content to play this like a penalty kill and just get the puck away. Not show another lapse, and Blueski helps him out. G. Dillon tries to fire it back in. Creeper Donut ate that puck for breakfast, and Radiohead Lover will meet him at the right wall. As Creeper Donut goes to the cage, it's sent in front, just outside of the Stick of Guap, and it will leave the zone. Sent back in. Creeper Donut. Tries to center it for Blue Ski, but the puck was intercepted by Keys. That guy sends it across. Final minute to play in game 1. This is a best of 3 series between the Gatos and the Port Stanley Stachios. I will not be attempting their full team name. As this is sent ahead, Creeper Donut has a break. Stop by Rogue! Step back in front. Creeper Donut wide! Radiohead Lover looking to keep the pressure on. Guap now fires it towards the cage. Rogue says no. G. Dillon in the right corner. Fires it out of the zone. Dead guy. 2-on-1 if he hurries. Creeper Donut backtracking. And it's fired high of the cage. Final 10 seconds now. Keys sends it around. G. Dillon. Backdoor. Keys couldn't get a stick on it. But it's not going to matter. As the Port Stanley Stachios, oh, look out. Port Stanley Stachios take game 1.
That's exactly the kind of performance I'm expecting from Rogue. We see him on the ice. He doesn't look worried at all, doesn't make any mistakes, keeps the puck out of the net and looks so confident with that stick. That's the kind of plays, goalie-wise, that are going to keep the Pistachios in the series and maybe get them out in 2 games, or make them advance in 2 games, I should say. In my opinion, I think the Gatos just have to get the passing proper. Like, I don't see a lot of these passes connecting, just a lot of attempts. I think the ideas are coming from one person only and not connecting with his teammates, and they need to get those passes connected if they want a chance to score on Rogue. Rogue is used to save already good passing plays. So if the passes are not according to standard, the shots are not going to go in to follow. That's exactly what they need to do to get some points on the board. Pistachio's offense, I don't know if you saw the same thing I saw, but the Pistachio's offense leveled up every period in that game. I'm super excited to see if they keep going in that direction in the second game, or if, sometimes second games of series can kind of sway back and forth, and we might see something different. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that the defense was very strong for the Stachios after getting that 1-0 lead against a very offensive-heavy forward core in Radiohead Lover and Creeper Donut as a shot's fired high by Keys on the partial break. The Stachios win the puck back. This is game 2. Stachios with a 1-0 lead, upsetting the Gatos in game 1. Blue Ski now, left side. To Creeper Donut, who skates it in. Tries to send it back door. Beastly almost fired that into his own net. Creeper Donut off the back wall to Beastly Italian, who takes the puck for the Stachios. Looking to complete the sweep of the Gatos and move on to face the Florida Flamingos in the quarterfinals. That's what's at stake for these teams here today. Keys, left wall, sends it deep. G. Dillon. Blue Ski now. Checked by G. Dillon, but Radiohead Lover will help him out. And Dead Guy takes the puck. 2-on-1 with Keys. Fires wide of Not Joe, as both lineups stay the same for game 2. As I mentioned, there is no mandatory playing time for the playoffs in D3, as Creeper Donut fires a shot wide of Rogue. Blue Ski down low. Guap now fires it in front. As Creeper Donut keeps it in beautifully, as G. Dillon was working to try and have a breakaway opportunity, but Creeper Donut said no. Dead Guy collects the loose puck, sends it high over the stick of Creeper Donut. 2-on-0. Keys and G. Dillon. Keys. Backdoor. G. Dillon fanned on it. Wop now. Beastly Italian. And Dillon takes the puck again. He's been an absolute workhorse in this series. G. Dillon fires a shot wide. Nacho gets a stick on it. And it's sent back of the cage. Officially no shots on goal for either team so far. despite the numerous opportunities. As Guap's looking to change that. Guap. And he's blocked at the barrel. Puck sent down the length of the ice, not Joe coming out to play it. Sends it all the way up looking for Creeper Donut. Beastly Italian steps up and gets rid of the puck. Dylan tap back to Keys, who dumps it in deep cross corner for G. Dylan. He tries to send it around, rejected by Guap. And Creeper Donut should collect this puck. Right wall sends it across, Blue Ski, and that guy will take the puck and send it back in.
Yeah, I have to commend the Stachios forecheck in this period. They have been relentless on it, not letting the Gatos settle with the puck. It's been very hard for them to get a play because of that forecheck.
Radiohead Lover taking the puck in his own zone, looking to start this offense as the Gatos have been held scoreless in this series so far. This is Keys on the left wall, taken by Guap and taken back by Beastly Italian. A hit by Keys keeps Blueski out of the play. G. Dylan from the left point tries to find Keys back door, and it's rejected as Dead Guy trails back to his own zone to collect the puck. Sends it up across, no one home, and Guap will send this back in deep off the back of Yo Dead Guy, and Radiohead Lover stick lifted by him. Guap takes the puck, sends it to the net. Rogue denies him, and we're into the final minute of play in the first period. Dead Guy towards the net. It's rejected by the goaltender, not Joe, all the way back out to center. Radiohead Lover working for a breakaway, but Beastly Italian gets a stick on it. Gets it back from Rogue. Looking for Keys up the ice. Sends it to him. In the left corner, sends it back to the wall. Beastly Italian in the middle. And Radiohead Lover back check to break that up from behind. Creeper Donut now. Turns it over. Keys fires it in. Had more time than he thought. As Not Joe comes out to play it, sends it ahead. Only one forward up for the Gatos. That is Creeper Donut as he drops it back to Blueski. Blueski fires a shot there. First real opportunity this series. And Rogue said no. Not Joe sticking it aside. That should do it for the first period.
Oh, I like what I saw there from the Gatos in the end, at the end of the period, looking to get past the Stachios defense, and when they do, they manage to get a shot on net. Sadly, Rogue back there between the pipes is not going to let in a shot like that in. He needs, to face a higher quality shot to let that in, and I think that's going to come back. That's going to come down to, I'm going to keep saying it, the passing in the ozone for the Gatos. That's how they're going to break down Rogue and the Stachios defense. But so far, Stachios have been looking great on the ice. They've been, keeping possession and making smart plays.
Absolutely, as we drop the puck for the second period. This is something that can turn into a bit of a mental game for the Gatos as they face a D1 goaltender. It can be a scary thing knowing you're coming up against somebody so skilled and talented that you feel like just going into the game you may have no chance of scoring, but they've got to put that behind them. They've got to focus on making the correct plays in the right moments. As Radiohead Lover makes one and tries to fire it towards the cage as he's denied by the defender's stick. Not Joe coming out to play it. Dylan blocks it, but Radiohead Lover will get there first. Sends it off the wall to Keys. Creeper Donut taking the puck back for the Gatos. Sends it cross corner. Guap chasing after it, and he'll lose this race to Beastly Italian. Keys now met by Blueski, but he gets it off the wall. As the Stachios were all backtracking, and no one went for the puck. G. Dylan back of the cage. Creeper Donut intercepts. Italian sends it up the wall. 2 Keys with Dead Guy in the middle. Steps around Radiohead Lover. Leaves it for G. Dylan. Fires it towards the cage high. Blueski now. As the puck's dumped down into the Stachios zone. Look out, a funky hop off the wall. Blueski takes the puck, tries to send it towards the cage, and it's blocked by the defender. G. Dylan now, with plenty of time and space, takes the puck. And he's going to send this up to Keys, over the head of Guap. Keys fires, and it rolled off the toe of his stick. Tries to recollect the puck back of the cage. Blueski battling him for it, and Blueski will come away with the puck. Oversteps it. Keys gets a stick on it, but it'll be Blueski's puck again. Blueski Tries to get it deep, hounded by Beastly Italian, who sends it across to Keys in a 2-on-1 with G. Dillon. Guap defending, and the pass across couldn't connect as Radiohead Lover takes his puck back. Pass around in their own zone. The Gatos looking to start a breakout here. Radiohead Lover cuts back in a 0-0 game. Halfway through game 2. Gatos facing elimination as the Pistachios came away with a game 1-0 victory. Pass sent out. Dead Guy holds it in. Keys across. G. Dillon coming in for the puck. He's going to send it on the side of the cage, and Blueski will clean that up for Not Joe. This is sent down the length of the ice as both teams' seasons are at stake here. Here's Radiohead Lover. Fires! He scores!
And that's the shot quality I'm talking about. That's going to be a tough shot for Rogue because Radiohead Lover, he is dragging to the inside, making him dash to the middle, but he just puts the shot short side, and that's going to go right over his shoulder, or next to his shoulder, sorry. You know, the Pistachios have been super good on the forecheck. They've been, like, getting a good lot of possession. They have not gotten a solid chance on net yet, apart from that one G. Dillon shot. It's good and all to get the possession, but they need to make something with it. And, you know, I guess the Gatos are showing you don't need the most solid possession. If you can get shots on the net, they'll go in eventually.
Absolutely, and a short side ripper, you gotta love the short side shots. As G. Dillon looks to answer, it's stopped by Not Joe. And I know those short side shots are something you struggle with personally, but...
I mean, it depends. You know, a shooter of your caliber doesn't really scare me on the short side, but, you know, someone that plays, you know, as a D1 starter might get a bit scary with those. Who knows?
As the puck is sent back to Creeper Donut. Sent up across to Radiohead Lover, who was the target. But Dead Guy will take this puck back for the Pistachios. Blue Ski now, all the way the length of the ice. Radiohead Lover chasing after it. Beastly Italian getting there first. Around Dead Guy, intercepted by Creeper Donut, but Dead Guy takes it back off a misplay. Dead Guy ahead, Keys left wall, with G. Dillon crashing the net. He sends it back behind the cage to him. G. Dillon, and he's taken away by Guap. Keys battling him for it, but G. Dillon, or rather Guap, is going to win that race and send it ahead. It's sent back into the Gatos zone as they're hemmed in the final 20 seconds of this period. Overskating by Creeper Donut, taken away by a Dead Guy with Keys going to the net. Sends it in front. G. Dillon scores!
It doesn't get better than that. That is a good, solid passing play to G. Dillon that gets right out into the slot, not covered at all. He has so much room here skating down. Perfect pass from Dead Guy, just finds a stick, and he finds the back of the net.
What an absolute one-time ripper cross body from G. Dillon. Ties this game up and puts the pressure on the Gatos as they face elimination in Game 2. Blue Ski down to Radiohead Lover. A buzzer beater ties this game, and we're going to head to the third period, knotted up at 1.
Now we're getting into good playoff hockey here. I like what I see from both of these teams. Gatos making the most of their possessions, even though it might not be the best at times. But then when you think, you know, they're back in, Pistachios just go back right out with a superb passing play, just get back on the board. I see Sugar here wondering when people are getting another montage with a Disney song. They take a lot of effort because I'm not very good at editing, so we'll see. You know, depends what the people want and when the people want it. Let's get back into the game, though.
The people do want it, I assure you. As perhaps you could send out another @everyone ping for that.
Yeah, I'm sure people like that. Yeah.
I have heard a bit of complaints that it can ruin the appeal of a private league with all that craziness.
It's super crazy when that happens. Yeah, it is super crazy.
Here's Dead Guy across to Italian. The brother connection, as they're both wielding the yellow tape on their sticks. Radiohead Lover, left side, cuts around 1, tries to cut around 2, but Keys breaks it up. and he'll get a opportunity to skate into the zone, but it's taken away and sent back to a beastly Italian as that puck hops funnily off the back of Dead Guy. Radiohead Lover taking into the zone, gets a bit of a mistouch as Creeper Donut murders Dead Guy in open ice. Radiohead Lover stopped by Rogue. Not Joe coming out to play it. Radiohead Lover leaves it for Creeper Donut and takes it back. Cuts to the middle as Creeper Donut is stripped of the puck. It's sent back down to Not Joe, who has to be active in this game as he's seen plenty of action having to come out and get that puck for his team. Dead Guy now. Blue Ski intercepts, skates it to center. Fires it off the back of his teammate, Creeper Donut, who gets it back in the cage for Radiohead Lover as they slam into each other. But the Gatos prevail and come away with the puck. Radiohead Lover tries to send it in front, but Keys is going to break that up. What a great defensive play from Keys. And Beastly Italian will get this back for the Stachios. Skates it up, takes his space, sends it to Keys. Just under his stick is Creeper Donut. Takes his puck back in his own zone. Sends it up across to Radiohead Lover. And it's taken away by the Stachios. Keys now, from the right point, fires wide, right through the crease, and that guy takes his puck, sends it back door. Keys for the lead. He scores.
And that's why that Stashio forecheck is so dangerous here. Look at Keith sending that shot wide. You know, the Gatos gathering, trying to get to the puck, but that guy's already on there. Gets the puck right to the back post. They're super aggressive, and it's paying out for them.
What could end up being the final 2 minutes of the Gatos season. Radiohead Lover wants to change that. Fires a shot high. Creeper Donut, as the Gatos need to get their offense clicking here. G. Dillon now takes it in, looking to apply an even more pressure as he was looking to make that score 3-1 in favor of the Stachios. This pass is sent across. It's Guap now skating into open space. Back checked by G. Dillon. Sent ahead. If Keys has speed, he could have a break. But Blueski gets the puck, and Keys drops it back to G. Dillon. Blueski breaks it up again in a 2-on-1. Radiohead Lover looking to tie this game. As he lost possession, sent it to the net, and Keys should get this puck, but Guap sticks it to the middle. It's left for Beastly Italian, and he's going to send this in. Blocked by Blueski. G. Dillon will get there first with Keys in front, sends it right through the crease. And it's out at the line for a Dead Guy who fires a shot high and wide of the cage. Keys now. As G. Dillon sends it across back to Keys. With Guap pressuring, Keys is going to send this back on the wall to Dead Guy, who tries to fire a shot, blocked by Blueski. Keys now behind the cage. Leaves it for G. Dillon. G. Dillon looking for Keys back door. He's going to skate that around and fire a shot top right corner. Not Joe barely getting a piece of it. And Keys taking the puck back, trying to send it back in front to G. Dillon, but Guap got a stick on that. And it's sent down the length of the ice, intercepted by a Beastly Italian. Final 30 seconds here. Dumped across corner. Guap now, as his season's quickly flashing before his eyes. Radiohead Lover at center ice, getting ahead to Creeper Donut. It's sent down. Rogue sticking it down the length of the ice. Keys trying to kill time. It's G. Dillon, final 15 seconds. Skating it in, taking a long shot. Stopped by Not Joe. Keys! Stopped again, rebound, no! What a stop at the horn. It's not gonna matter. The Stachios have swept the Gatos.
Hey, the Stachios pulled up in that second game looking dominant. That was such a performance from them. I love to see the Gatos fight back, though. They had good opportunities, but, you know, G. Dillon, 5 shots on net. That's going to be hard to face, and that forecheck from the Stachios was amazing. That, in my opinion, G. Dillon was the star for the Stachios this game. The forecheck, the shots, everything. It's incredible to say, but G. Dillon, he made the difference in this game.
GG's.
And
GG's.
leading by
GG's.
example, what a fantastic performance by the captain. As we get the handshake line between these two teams.
Fuck you.
The Stachios, the underdogs
Hey,
in this
wait a
play,
minute.
finished dead
I'm
last
just kidding,
in
I'm just
standings
kidding. I love
against
you, Rogue. I love
the favorited
Much love for everybody.
Gatos Logs team, the captain, who was not here tonight. And fantastic performance by G. Dillon and Keys, the forward core, really making sure that this win was brought home to the lovely fans of Port Stanley. As we get the fans waving goodbye, this is not going to be the end of the Stachios. They will move on to face the #1 seed Florida Flamingos. As for the Gatos, their season has come to an end. One of the riskier pickups during the season was many people criticized their drafting of Bleh in the first round, but I personally think that was a great pick, as she has been developing into a fantastic player. She is now on the Seattle Osprey, so please go watch those matchups when they get played. They have a bye week for the play-ins, so they will have to wait a little bit longer to get their turn in. Any closing statement from you, B-Grip?
I mean, I love to see the action in D3, honestly. It's not every day that I take the time to watch these games, but it's super exciting to see all these players on the ice having a blast and just
Log, we love
playing
you,
their
bud.
hardest.
We
Super
love
fun
you, bud.
matchup.
We love you, Log.
Go get that cup,
Absolutely,
guys. Go get that
the
cup.
competition for the
Again,
We're gonna try.
GG's, Log.
GG's, man.
is
Love
just
ya.
as eventful as
Really,
some of the
really
other
good
games,
effort
too.
by your team, bro.
It's a very fun competition to watch on all three levels that we have.
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately, that will be the end of our broadcast on the Puck Hockey League Network. The Port Stanley Stachios have swept the Gatos and upset them. The dead last seed team are moving on to face the #1 seed Florida Flamingos. We thank you for joining us. This has been the Puck Hockey League on the Puck Hockey League Network on Twitch. Make sure to follow and turn the notifications on for future broadcasts. We thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Good
Good
night,
night.
everyone.
It's the Smudge. The Smudge are down low. Shrimp Gumbo, good defensive play. Kingtron. Kingtron tries to wrap it around. No chance. The defense really boxing off the offensive zone for the Smudge. Now it's a breakaway pass. Buzz, flip it. Look out, he's got an open net. Oh no, Buzz, flip it. You have got to be kidding me. Well, now we know why he's in the booth more than the ice. No, I'm just kidding, Buzz. But, oh, man, his head is down. I've been there too, buddy. That was rough. 1-1 tie still. A chance for Buzz Flibbit to end it. Puff was thinking about coming out. Well, he did, actually. There's no thinking about it when you do it. And now they'll start all the way back in the Fire Ant zone. They're down low. They'll pass it up. It's Miku, number 39, for the Fire Ants. Typically a goalie, but he's taking a day off. Now Shrimp Gumbo. Good steal for the visitors. Shrimp Gumbo. Nice purple tape. Ooh, can't get around the defense.